Hey guys, Gaming the Maximus here. I am going to be bringing you today a nice Aphelios kind of guide here. We're going to be going over some runes and over a build as well as the nice combos his main hand and offhand guns have, and just really going through how the champ is so good and what makes him so unique when it comes to other League of Legends champions. So without further ado, let's hop right into the runes. So there's going to be two ways you can do this. One being with lethal tempo. That's going to be your aggressive rune. You're thinking you can get some kills. That's what you're going to end up taking. The ability for him to get more attack speed for free. Gonna be really great for him to get off all the shots from his guns, which each do their own little thing. And that's really going to help him be able to proc more things and utilize the items we're going to build. The next rune page here is a little more defensive. Maybe you're against something that has a lot of pokes, something you're a little more scared of. You're going to be taking Fleet and Overheal. Those are the only two changes. The reason you're going to do that is because of the pistol that Aphelios has can heal him and grant him a small shield. So obviously with that, the pistol heals for a certain percentage amount of damage it does. So that plus the pistol shield plus overheal shield plus footwork healing, it's going to be a lot of early game healing, keeping you alive and keeping you safe in that laning phase. So now you've got an aggro and a defensive rune page to take on this new crazy champ. Alright guys, so before we can hop into any of the cool abilities and everything that we can do on this champion, we're going to hop right into item builds. We're going to give ourselves some gold here. And so the first thing I want to point out is Renains. That is a very key item. Obviously you don't want to rush it first. You want to grab your Essence Reaver and then Renains. The reason being for Essence Reaver is that you want some big damage. Storm Razor here does not really provide it. While it does give you some attack speed, this just gives way more damage, and plus it gives you cooldown reduction and mana refund. Obviously Aphelios, he's only got those two meaningful abilities, his Q and R. Those are the ones that cost mana. His W does not. So having those abilities up as often as possible and not being out of mana for them is going to be really, really nice. Obviously you're going to have that. You're going to have your attack speed boots, your Infinity Edge for more crit. As you'll see here, you're at 75% crit chance. So from there, you're going to want to grab another Zeal item, one of these three. Obviously, I prefer Rapid Fire. That's just my preference. And then it's up to you. Maybe you need some more lifesteal, grab a Bloodthirster. You want a, QSS, go ahead. You want a GA, it's all right. So that's really going to be your core component is right here. These three items, Essence Reaver into Hurricane and then into Infinity Edge. So that's going to be your core items. You'll find out why Hurricane's important in just a second. So moving right along from that build, we're going to talk about his abilities. Now you might see that you can't actually level Aphelios' Q. You can't actually level that up first. Same with the W, you can't level that up, neither the R. So what you do get to level is AD, attack speed, and armor penetration. So this again goes really, really well with this build. Obviously you're going to be rushing Essence Reaver. There's no attack speed in that, but what can you do? You can level up attack speed. That's right. So we'll get rid of all our items here so that way there's no interference. And as you can see, he's got 0.76 attack speed at level 1. If you want to hit that level 3, you can have 8.2. You can even put more attack speed in. It's not like normal League of Legends champions where you have to put another level into a different ability. You can just keep going with this attack speed. So by level 3, 0.86 attacks per second. Let's keep it going. Let's get all the way up to level 6. So by level 6, you have to put some AD in. And there you go. You've got 0.93 attack speed by level 6. We've probably got like a BF sword, maybe a boot at that point. Again, almost 1 attack per second at level 6. Very, very strong, and that's with no extra added attack speed. So that is what I'd recommend doing first, is maxing out your attack speed. Let's pump in 2 more levels here. So that way by level 8, you're at 1 attack per second. Probably have gotten your boots at this point. Maybe gotten even a Call Fields or something. And look at that. We're at 1.2 attacks per second. Pretty nutty if you ask me. So yeah, you're going to be maxing your attack speed first, then your AD, and then throw 1 or 2 points in armor penetration. But at that point, again, you'll be around level 11, I believe. Yes, so that's all maxed out. You can throw a point into there. Level 11, you know, you probably have this, and you're on your way to your Renains. So that is going to be the way you order his skills, in my opinion. Going to be leveling attack speed first, into AD, into armor pen. Alright, to start this off, we've got Calibrum, the sniper rifle. That's his weapon you're going to start with, as well as the Severum pistol. So these guys have a nice little combo here. If you're low on health, maybe running away from some enemies, you chuck this back, and you auto that target. If there's 3 targets kind of standing next to each other like that, you're going to hit them all with the offhand, which is this Severum pistol, and get some health back. So that's pretty nutty. Not to mention that this pistol at max level will heal for 25% of all damage dealt. So we're just going to quickly teleport on into tower range and take some damage here, and I'm just going to show you how fast this can heal you up. So as you can see, quite low on HP here, around 400. We have no lifesteal items, as you can see, all just flat AD, and we're just going to hit this middle target. I'm going to show you 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hits, going from about 420 up to 900. So a lot of lifesteal coming out of this weapon. As you can see, a lot of lifesteal coming out of this weapon. So again, Renain's being able to apply that over multiple targets, and there's another gun that applies some stuff over multiple targets. So heading into our next gun, we've got Gravitum, the cannon here. As you know, this, when it hits, does do a slow attack as well. So it does do damage as well as slow. So we're going to show that real quick right here. Boom, look at that. Multiple slows applied to all these enemies. All these guys slowed by 30%, decaying over 3.5 seconds. But look at that. Doesn't that just look beautiful? And then, boom, you can root all of them as well. So again, Renain's super key on this guy. The ability to heal off of multiple targets with the pistol. The ability to slow multiple people with this. Very, very good. Next up, we have my personal favorite gun here, the Flamethrower. So this one, super cool, as you can imagine. It's a flamethrower. And yes, the Renain's bolts do proc that, so let me show you how that looks. Look at that. He is covering the entire mouth of this river here. You are not getting around this. So again, all of these weapons really, really do benefit from Renain's. Obviously, the Crescendum, the Boomerang, is more of a 1v1 weapon and does not benefit from Hurricane, but the other weapons do greatly. As you can tell, this is going to be a very powerful ability in team fights to have. AoEing everyone down is going to be pretty crazy. So next up is one of my first and foremost favorite combos on this guy. It is the sniper rifle and the grav gun. So obviously, if you're running from a multitude of enemies here, and you need to get away, throwing that Q back, having that mark, shooting this, your Renain's is going to apply it to everybody, then swapping quickly to grav to root them. You can do this route from any distance. If you don't believe me, here's that. We'll give them a nice little root there. We pop over here, hit Q, they're rooted. So this is one of my favorite ones. I think it's going to be used a lot to get away, this combo here. Obviously having the super far range gun to just, melt your enemies down as such. And then being able to, switch to the root and then swap back, apply a Q, swap back again, and apply that slow is going to be really, really good and utilized a lot when kiting. So next up, we got another really cool one, which is the Crescendum one, the Chakra Boomerang. His Q for this will spawn little turrets based off of his secondary item. So here we've got the Flamethrower one. This is my personal favorite, just due to the cool utility this provides. So again, you're in the middle of a fight, throw this down. Look at this, it's going to be hitting a free flamethrower proc like that, and then you can swap back and start flamethrowing it down. So let's try that again here. We're going to throw this down, swap over to our gun here, and look at this. We've just got so much flame coming out. Again, really good area of control there with all the AoE he can do, and the flamethrower, again, is really one of my favorite guns. Another crazy cool combo you can do with the pistol and the flamethrower is when you activate this pistol, it is going to whatever target it is hitting is going to shoot flames out from behind. So again, another kiting ability there. If you're running from this guy, being able to just run from this one and have it hit the other one is going to be very good. The splash damage, I think, is very reminiscent of Jinx, and as we all know, Jinx is incredibly strong, but can get taken advantage of early. And I think that this champion's going to be able to defend for himself with the grav gun and as well as the sniper rifle, just really hold his own while still being able to carry later with things like this. Last one, I promise, with the flamethrower, but we do have the flamethrower's Q, which does just spit out some flames and then applies the offhand weapon. So that one is hella cool. I'll show you this right here. So with Gravitum, it fires some free shots you can swap over and then root. So as you can see, all his abilities are very, very useful. And you want to have them up as often as you can, which is where Essence Reaver comes in, as well as you don't want to be out of mana. As you can see, we used 2 Qs there, and we were kind of out of mana, so you swap back over, do it again, and you can see that that does take up a chunk of mana there. It takes up about 300 mana to use 2 Qs like that. So, as you can imagine, you might run out of mana. Essence Reaver going to be important with that. And so, yeah, that is another combo. Lastly, one of the more iconic and funny combos I've been seeing is with the pistol and the chakram here. It's a very funny one if you have the cooldown reset on, but I'll turn it off for you guys here just so you can see how it will work in a real game. But anyways, when you do this, it gives you stacks of chakram. So if you swap back over, you'll see that you'll have more than 1 chakram. As you can see down here, you've got 6 now. So in doing that, you can swap back now that your Q is off cooldown and get more, and then you can auto attack with those, and you have 12 now. And now that your W is back up, you can swap back, get that Q going again, and do a massive amount of damage. Swap back again, and as you can see, now you've got 18 here. Now, the only way to keep these guys going is by hitting things, so it's not really realistic that you'll have this many. But in a team fight that lasts, a few seconds, it is definitely possible to get up to at least maybe 8 here. Obviously, the cooldown of this W being around 5 seconds. So if a team fight lasts that long, you could possibly keep this up for a while, but not in this crazy of a fashion. And as you can see here, we're going to do that real quick, and we're at a maximum of 20 here. Now, you will do insane damage, as you're seeing, but unfortunately, this is not as realistic as we wish. But getting maybe 4 to 8 is possible, but getting all 20 is not really going to happen. The fight's never going to last that long. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Aphelios guide there. We went over the runes, build, and now some crazy combos with his guns, so I hope you do appreciate that. I think he's going to be an incredibly strong champion, and you're definitely going to want to either learn how to play against him or learn what works well with him, because you're going to be seeing him a lot. I think he still is susceptible to things like assassins and stuff, but against other AD carries, he's really going to be a force to be reckoned with. With the CC that his Gravitum provides, with the AoE that his Flamethrower provides, with the long range that this Sniper Rifle provides, and all the unique abilities he does have. He is going to be a very, very strong AD carry, and you're definitely going to need to learn how to play against him as well as with him. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you guys out there mastering this champ and carrying me in my ranked games, because I'm going to need it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your weekend and or your week. Later.